admits that she's sabotaging Tea Party, true Tea Party Ron Paul people nationwide. Well, that's her job. And that's that woodchuck from Arkansas's job. He's as fake as a $3 bill, though he's a slick talker, one of the slickest I've heard. And same thing with Mitt Romney and all these guys. And they admit she's anti-Tea Party, anti-patriot, mainline Republican. She'll give you Mitt Romney if she has her druthers, Mr. Socialist Healthcare himself.
They helped to create a new world order.
We are part of a new world order.
A new world order based upon collective action.
Invisible Empire is a damning indictment of the globalists through their own words and documents.
The new world order really is a tool for addressing a new world of possibilities.
It means all the world under their control.
The United Nations would take over America. The Trilateral Commission would control the world.
Invisible Empire chronicles how men of power and influence have worked in stealth for centuries to establish an oppressive world government.
I believe, first of all, that we now need nothing short of a world constitution for the global financial system.
Global governance with the establishment of the G20.
So it's going to be an inner ruling elite and then everyone else. And I got news for you. You're everyone else.
Invisible Empire. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or PrisonPlanet.com, or watch it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
Originally, we the people have entrusted government to be the guardians of currency, to ensure purity, content, weights, and measures of gold and silver coins citizens would use for commerce. This reinstalled confidence after the demise of the fiat continental system, wisdom being lost with time. The government we once entrusted to protect from counterfeit has colluded with private business, creating the largest fiat counterfeiting scheme our country ever experienced. This is not only a transfer of power to an institution that is not accountable to our elected government, but has also caused the dollar to lose more than 90 cents of its original value. Now, foreign governments are trying to divest themselves from this once world reserve currency. Hi, this is Ted Anderson. I'm offering a book that explains how the system works. Call me today at 800-686-2237. I will give you a silver dollar free just for purchasing the book. Call today at 800-686-2237. Again, that's 800-686-2237.
Don't answer it.
If fear strikes your heart when the phone rings, knowing it may be another bill collector, it's time for you to call Zero Debt in 90 days. 800-477-9256. Settlements, bankruptcy, and attorneys are not the answer and may end up costing you up to 10 times more than necessary. Listen, if you're already in debt, does it make sense to get buried in another payment plan? Zero Debt in 90 days gets you out of debt in 90 days guaranteed, without a payment plan and without attorneys or going to court. Get the fastest relief from debt on the planet when you call 800-477-9256. If you have debt with the IRS, credit cards, student loans, or a foreclosure, we can help at Zero Debt in 90 days, and we are the only organization to provide written guarantees on the results. Go to ZeroDebtGuaranteed.com. That's ZeroDebtGuaranteed.com. Or call now for free information. 800-477-9256. That's 800-477-9256.
Hello, this is Alex Jones with some important questions. If you're going into a battle and they give you a rifle and a sidearm, how much ammunition do you want? My answer would be all I can get. In the battle for freedom and the lives of your loved ones, food is your only ammunition. How much do you want? When do you want it? Now or after the battle starts? When will you need it? Can you buy it without proper identification? Will there be any food? Will it make your children sick? If there's a quarantine and you can't feed yourself, will you go to the gathering center and be immunized? You wipe out all these problems if you have a good food supply. Food is your ammunition to fight for your freedom and your life. How much will you need? We don't know. How much do you want? All you can get. I'm Alex Jones. I want all of you good guys to live to fight another day. Call 1-800-409-5633 or check it out on the web at efoodsdirect.com. Again, that number, 1-800-409-5633.
Markets Magazine senior writer Michael Smith discusses the use of Wachovia Corp, Bank of America Group, and other banks by Mexican drug cartels to launder its funds. In the magazine's August 2010 issue, Smith reports that Wells Fargo, which bought Wachovia in 2008, admitted in court that its unit failed to monitor and report suspected money laundering. by narcotics traffickers. Yeah, you know, some poor guy sells an old car and gets $2,000. I saw this case in Austin. And the IRS comes and grabs their bank account because they report it. Well, the bank shows you deposit about $800 every 2 weeks as a construction worker, and suddenly there was $2,000 extra in there, so the fraud unit called the government. Again, they're rat snitches worse than East Germany. We just accept total surveillance, and that up front, everything we do is reported to the feds. And under this new regulation reform, the big crime banks don't just take over all the other banks and get unlimited money. Literally, unlimited whatever they want. Just 10 times worse than the bailout of a year and a half ago. 100 times. In fact, it's unlimited. It's infinity worse. It's just unlimited. There's no words to describe it. But then meanwhile, oh, billions of dollars, sorry. We didn't know it was Mexican drug cartels. Jeepers, weepers. And it just goes on and on. No. The cops are going to kick down your door looking for one balloon of heroin. Meanwhile, the Pentagon admits they're growing almost all the opium in the world in Afghanistan. Over 90% is produced there, and our government grows it, ships it out directly to your whore daughter's veins. Your daughter's a whore because they tricked her and sold it to her and got her addicted. Your son's dead because the government shipped heroin in and advertised it in movies like it was cool. They bring the drugs in. The big central banks are the equivalent of foreign spies destroying America. And I talked about this some in the first hour. You got these big global banks openly lobbying to get rid of the dollar and have a new UN-run world government SDR where the banks make the profits and we pay taxes to them. That's CNN today. CNN, dollar should replace as international standard, UN report says, by SDRs, and it's the whole carbon tax plan. Now, is that treason? Is that espionage? Hitler couldn't conquer us. Stalin, Napoleon, whoever, couldn't conquer England, couldn't conquer America, but now we're conquered by these private bankers who have screwed everything up by design and gotten us deep in debt, building their empire, and now they say, don't worry, we got a plan, we're going to take over even more. And meanwhile, look out, Iran wants to nuke you. Look out, there's Muslim terrorists everywhere. Meanwhile, the illegal aliens are pouring across. There's thousands dead. Obama says, that he's going to leave the border open so that people get terrorized into accepting amnesty. And meanwhile, the media is, oh, my God, the beautiful redhead was a Russian spy, deep cover. Oh, my gosh, they were surveilling us. They were actually spies, 11 of them. What do you expect? Of course, the Chinese back under Clinton had over 3,000 front companies. L'Oreal, Hughes, Missile Secrets, communist Chinese generals in the White House. Commerce Secretary was going to go public. Ron Brown, they murdered him. Air Force colonel who did the autopsy said everybody on board been shot in the head. They had special forces on board, shoot everybody, blow the door, high-low, helo, out of there. Classic tactic, but side issue. You've got spies running all over America. America is a giant joke, wide open to British, Israeli, Chinese spies, and anybody else. Why is Russia the one group that when they have spies, the globalists go ape? Well, because the globalists made a deal. They put Lenin in. Stalin went sideways. They made deals later. But the Soviet Union was set up by U.S. and British intelligence, and that's now been declassified. Mao was put in. Mao continued the deal. The Chinese have never broken their deal with the bankers. When I say the U.S., I mean the bankers that hijacked us. Russia has broken those deals, and Russia's involved in all sorts of evil as well. Any big government is. That's the problem. But the point is, they're getting ready to attack Iran. They know Russia's been selling them weapons. They already started 888 with the Russians and tried to start World War III. That's now been declassified. That's been, major newspapers the last 2 months. And so this is a way to kick off, oh my gosh, the Ruskies. And notice they've got Angelina Jolie, who's a CFR member, coming out with that new movie. I've seen it in movies. What's it called? Salt? And she's supposedly a government agent, but they have a Russian defector, and he goes, I know who the spy is. It's you. And then she pulls off her wig, and she's the sexy Russian. Just like they had all these sneak attack movies where America sneak attacked on TV and in the theaters right before 9/11. I mean, look, they made that movie to kick off the new Cold War. That's it. I mean, period. And, I made the point of prosecute these spies. And obviously they're spies. Husband and wife teams with